been with me a long time will know that formal research reports is the very basis of GP. GP prepares you for two subjects that you will do in your high school diploma. EE and TOK, not EE your name, okay? EE as in extended essay and TOK theory of knowledge. Okay, so all your understanding on how to do reports, okay, will be with you there. So that's why please take your GP lessons seriously. GP can be a very interesting lesson. You do a lot of writing of something that you can do, put it as your own, you can do as your own research. Okay, so
Swipe.
at the very beginning, they already start giving you oh, it works? Okay. So, writing research report, these are the parts of the report, very important. The cover page, executive summary, body, conclusion, and your list of references. If you don't have these inside, you will lose marks. Okay? So whenever you write a report, all these must be there. So, your cover page, every report starts with a cover page. Okay. For those of you who are wondering, this slide is available on Toddle. Some of you have no Toddle account yet. Okay, you will get it from your teacher, from your homeroom teacher. So, this cover page must have the title of your report. It must have your class and it must have your name. If I see any of this missing, I have a right to penalize you. Okay, so your cover page is one page with all these. So as you can see, I'm using my own assignment as an example. This is how a cover page will look like. Your report must contain an executive summary. What is an executive summary? An executive summary is basically an overview. Okay? In other words, somebody who reads this executive summary, take a look at it, he will know roughly what this report is about. And then if he's a very busy man, okay, like Mr. Wong, okay, our head of secondary, he'll say, Mr. Chan's executive report, this is so boring, I'm not going to read it anymore. Okay? So, your executive summary is an overview of the report. So as you can see here, I wrote on foreign direct investment and others target economy. So my executive summary, I told people that I'm analyzing the FDI, the Irish economy, and I compare also two other countries with Ireland. So the person reading this know roughly what this assignment is about. Okay, make sure your assignment has an executive summary. So it will contain the overview of the report, and it will make people decide whether do I read on. Next is the body of your report. Okay. The body of your report contains all your research points, contains your personal perspective. I will usually ask for a personal perspective in your assignment. It will also have supporting and detracting arguments. So when you write a report, you don't want to make your report sound like, oh, it's so one-sided. That's why if you have done your research properly, you'll be able to show, okay, you'll be able to show the things that support you. At the same time, you will show things that don't really support you, but you can thumb them down and hammer them down. Okay, so in your report, you have to be able to show this to show that you are being fair, that you have taken all perspectives. Some of you, in your previous reports, your reports is all from one perspective. I can't see other perspective, and you lose marks because of that. Okay, you lose marks because of that. So as you can see, these are my body, where I show you all the research that I did. Okay, some of you who have done GP with me will say, oh, this one looks very familiar. I always lose marks because of this. I'll go to that later. Okay? Now, citations is a very important part of research reports. Citations show me that you have done your research, that your information is somebody that you can rely on. Your information is on sources that you can tell people about. So your citations show me that your research has been done. Some of you will be very familiar with one thing is Grammarly check, plagiarism checker, alternating plagiarism checker. For me, I use Grammarly, and you will realize that many times for some of you, wow, Grammarly flagged that you've got plagiarism, but yet I didn't deduct marks from you. Why? Because
you put in the link.
Because you put in all your citations to show that you have done your research and that these are your support for your research. I don't think it's from this class. I think it's really from this class. One of you turned in an assignment with no references. Okay? You're immediately dead because of that. Never do that. Okay? So, all your citations is a specific part of your reference list. Your reference list at the end shows you all where you get all your information from. Yes, my dear.
It's really hard to see from here. Is it possible you can turn the screen a little bit? Yeah.
Would that help?
Yeah.
Those still can see over here? Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. So, your reference list contains a whole list of things that where you get a whole list of stuff where you get information from. So this footnote is actually a specific part of your reference list, a specific part where you get your references from. So in this case, this guy, okay, he got his quotes from Stopford and Strange, which are two writers, okay, and so they identified 4 factors, and this from this book, Rival States, Rival Firms, Competition for World Market Shares, published by Cambridge University Press. So you might have in-text citations, you might have footnote citations, and by now, my class knows that I absolutely love which type of citations? Footnote citations, okay? I like footnote citations. Yes, APA is the format, okay? But I like the APA format in footnotes. Oh, somebody turned off the lights. It's better? Okay. Now, in our GP syllabus here, what are my requirements for citations? My assignment so far, you're very familiar with it, is about 800 words or less. So if you have an assignment that's 800 words or less, I want to see one reference of 200 words or less. That means you have done 4 pieces of research from 4 different places. Okay? So I should see 4 pieces of research from 4 different places. Please don't tell me, oh, I only got everything from this book or everything from this website. Gone. Your research is no good. Okay? One of your reference must be from a textbook or printed book. I do not want to see an assignment, a report, where everything is from the internet. Okay? So somebody will always say, Mr. Chen, how about ebook? Does ebook count? Okay, ebook has pages, yes, it counts. Okay, ebook can count as a textbook as long as the ebook has pages. Okay, most ebooks are evolved from printed pages anyway. Okay, they simply give you a PDF version. And finally, oh, this one is very important. A lot of you died because of this the last term. No citation from open edit sources. What are open edit sources? Open edit sources, oh, she's remembering all the stuff. Yes?
It's a source that allows other people to edit the information. Like Wikipedia.
No. If let's say, for example, I own this website and I allow Sanjay to edit it, does that make it open editable?
No.
No. An open editable source is a source where anybody can edit without control. Okay? So Wikipedia is one of them. Except for some Wikipedia pages, I discovered there are some Wikipedia pages that are locked, so it's not open editable. But don't take the risk. You do not know which are those pages. Okay, so I always tell my students, do not use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is open edit sources. They are considered not verifiable and not trustworthy. Yes?
What if we find one that is locked, but
You wouldn't know.
but
At least not at your level. Okay? So don't. Just don't. Okay? Don't do it on Wikipedia. And for those Chinese students, okay, you are expert at using Baidu. So Baidu is also open editable. Don't try it. Okay? Don't use Baidu. Don't use Wikipedia. I'm not sure whether Russia has anything like that. Okay, but I'm telling the Chinese students they have open editable websites as well. So don't. Okay, if you get it from my blog, okay, I can edit it anytime. I can always ask Sanjay to edit it for me. Is it open editable?
No.
No, it is not, because I always know who is the person who wrote this, who edited this. You understand? So open editable means anybody can edit. You have no idea who's the person landing his name behind it. Now, I will be checking for plagiarism using Grammarly. Plagiarism is taken very seriously. Plagiarism means you pass off people's work as your own. Okay? Plagiarism means you pass off people's work as your own. For your English teachers, he take it especially seriously because he requires a lot of original work. For me, you are writing a lot of research work. So there can be some quote and unquote plagiarism that is detected. But when you go to diploma level, we'll teach you even further how to even stop that part of plagiarism. Okay? But at your level right now, I do accept some quote and unquote plagiarism if you have your sources to back you up. Okay? If you have your sources to back you up. So, on Grammarly, I will always run Grammarly, your assignments through Grammarly. So, if Grammarly flags that there is plagiarism, I will check through your sources. Okay, I will check through your citations. If Grammarly didn't flag anything, I think a few of you managed to do very original work. Grammarly, who was the one? Grammarly didn't even flag anything. Okay, like Daniel. Okay, well done. Okay, Grammarly didn't even flag anything. They managed to see you as doing pure original work, which means you have made enough changes, even though you're taking somebody's research, you've made enough changes to make it your own. Okay, so do that. So, there must be a conclusion to your assignment. If there's no conclusion, again, you lose content marks. A conclusion basically summarizes everything and it makes your final point. So for example, maybe one of you is writing about feminism, that girls are better than boys in anywhere. Okay, so in your conclusion, you will definitely write down. So in conclusion, after looking at all the 4 sources, okay, girls are definitely better than boys in anywhere. Okay? Then of course maybe one of the boys will do his own research to prove that it is not true. Yeah?
But he was still not successful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So as you can see, my conclusion. So when I write about the FDI in Ireland, okay, so the Irish model of FDI has been studied and analyzed by others wanting to emulate its success. Okay, one thing I must say, I do not expect you to write to this level. This is my master's degree writing. Okay, it's already very high level. Okay, so it's different. You don't have to write to this level. In any case, yours is an 800-word essay. Mine is a 3,000-word different. So over here, I have a final conclusion. Nations wanting to emulate the Irish model would do well to weigh the various options before doing so. So this concludes the whole thing. Okay, some of you, quite a number of you from the previous grade 7 class, didn't put in a conclusion. You lost content marks because of that. Okay? And then finally, there is a list of references where you get all your research from. So in this case, I've got a huge list of references. Remember, there will be no page, you don't need to give me page numbers for your final reference list because you're just telling me the books, the sources. It's only in your footnote citations that you need to tell me specifically where you get that from. Okay? Oops. Okay. Now, when you format your report, a few things to take note of. Okay. Your writing style must be a formal writing style. Please use headers and subheaders when you format your report. Please have headers and subheaders. Make sure that you have your major idea points put in place, and then you must have your footnote APA citations. Okay, APA is a format. You can choose not to use APA, you can use other formats, but the things that I mentioned, you must put down, okay, the list of authors, whatever, it must all be there. Now, in a formal writing style, we are talking about serious stuff. Okay, your tone of voice must be accurate. Please don't start your essay by saying, "Hi, today we are going to talk about how women is superior to men." No, okay, that's not a serious tone. Okay, so we are talking serious stuff. Your tone of voice must be correct in your assignment. As much as possible, use passive voice. Okay, your English teacher is supposed to tell you what is passive voice. I'm not your English teacher. Okay, avoid the use of I, my, or me. Okay, so then somebody will be asking me, "But Mr. Chan, I'm giving a personal perspective." Okay, some of you knows the trick, right? Give some others a chance. Always you. Okay, yes, Rabia.
Use things like the report suggests that.
Okay, so like what Shravya said, this report suggests that, or it is the opinion of this report that, or simply just use we. Okay, it is acceptable now to use we. When I was a student, it is still not so acceptable. Okay, but today I'm seeing more and more writing that uses that. Okay. Now, your headers and subheaders, you may use bold, underline, italics to format your report into the various headers and subheaders. Okay, you may do that. So, like for example, you look at what I did here. I have italics, regulatory incentives, and then I put bullet points. Same thing, I actually use a different color and a different bolding in order to make a difference so that you know that this is a header. Okay, so use headers and subheaders so that you can score marks in your assignment for your organization. Oops. Okay. Wait. Okay. Huh. Okay, give me a while. We are currently experiencing some technical difficulties. Does it work better now? Okay, so like I mentioned, your major idea points, you may use numbered points, you may use bullet points. Okay, you are not writing an English essay. You are writing a research report. Your research report, the person reading it must see and understand your ideas easily. So when you use numbered points and bullet points, it makes it easier. You look at how I did it. Okay, so Stopford and Strange identified 4 factors. I actually numbered the factors. Okay, Hansen identified certain issues, and I use bullet points. Okay, so this makes it easy for the reader to check and see. And this is what you want to do in your report. So, footnote. Your footnote should be, your citation should be given to me in APA. So, example, if you look at this, you've got the name of the authors, you got the publishing date, you got the heading of that book, and then which book it is. I mean the publisher, sorry, Harvard Business School, where the publisher is, and which page you got it from. This is a footnote citation, so I want the person to know which page I get it from for a book. I mean, website has no pages, so obviously you cannot put that down. Okay. So example, you see, look at this. This is a website. It has no pages. Okay, but I put in the link of the website. Those of you who really want to be serious, you can go to the APA website. I can't remember what APA stands for. Oh no. You may want to go to the website to do a search and do a check. Okay? In the upper format states that 4 of these things must all be there. The author, the date, the title, and the source. So all these 4 information must be there. Okay? So for a book, this is how the upper format will look like. I won't go through it a lot. Okay, because many of us are familiar. And again, a reminder to those who are new, I'll be putting this video up on the Essentials page, and a copy of this PowerPoint is available on Toddler. Once you got a Toddler account, check with your previous classmates how to get to this one. They will know where they got it from. Okay. So, upper format for an article, this is how it looks like. A website, okay, so I quoted from Xinhua. So published in 2007, the title of the website, People's Daily Online, built when, and the website. Okay, your citation means that the reader knows where you get information from. You understand? Your citation is to show the reader that your research is proper and okay. You see inside my citation list, EBIT, this word. EBIT just means refer to above. Basically, it's the same citation but different pages. So if you want to write the whole thing all over again. So like for example, EBIT page 9, meaning it's the same book but from page 9 instead for this reference. So your conclusion, the conclusion of how to write, there must be an acceptable academic standards that I must see. If your academic standard is not there, you will score very poorly or even a 0. Okay, in my next lecture, I will actually explain what I'm exactly looking for when I grade your GP assignments. So, I need to be able to see in your assignment your research, the amount of research you've done, and the fact that you know how to look at the different perspectives. Okay? There's going to be another class that I'm going to do a video on the 4 perspectives. So for the new students, I will not be doing another lecture on the 4 perspectives, but I expect you to watch the video when it's available. Okay, so those new students, I'm sorry, you have a lot of homework to do this 1 to 2 weeks, okay, on your own. The old students, you're familiar with that. Oh, I've seen this before. Mr. Chen has done 2 times already this lecture, and this is my 3rd time. That's why I decided to record down so I don't have to do a 4th time. Okay, and finally, I'm looking at your organization, how well you organize your report. Okay, good. And I finished with today's lecture.